You ever wonder why a totally capable, seemingly good employee might do something that actually hurts the company they work for? It's a huge puzzle, and it costs businesses millions, even billions of dollars. But what if the answer wasn't about stricter rules or more surveillance? What if it was about investing more in people? Today, we're going to unpack the really surprising link between how a company develops its employees and how those employees behave. Okay, so first things first, we need to get a handle on just how big this problem is. We're not talking about a few bad apples here. This is a massive, costly threat that actually comes from inside the organization itself. To put a number on it, get this. A 2014 study from PricewaterhouseCoopers found that a staggering 58% of organizations had dealt with asset misappropriation. And that's just a fancy way of saying theft by their own people. So yeah, this is not some minor issue, it's a major internal threat. Now, there's a formal term for this whole category of behavior. It's called Counterproductive Work Behaviour, or CWB for short. And the absolute key word you need to focus on here is intentional. This isn't about someone making an honest mistake. This is about people deliberately doing things that they know will harm the company or the people in it. So what does this look like in the real world? Well, it can be anything, really. It runs the gamut from what might seem like small things, calling in sick when you're perfectly fine, or just intentionally dragging your feet on a project, all the way up to major league offenses like procurement fraud, cybercrime, or even cooking the books with accounting fraud. Every single one of these things, big or small, just chips away at a company's health. All right, so we've laid out the crime scene, we know the problem. How do companies try to fix it? Well, a lot of the time, the strategy is to go positive, to create an environment where people don't want to do those things by investing in them. And there's a name for this too. It's called Human Resource Development, or HRD. This is basically the whole package of training, career pathing, and other organizational improvements that are all designed to make people, and by extension the whole company, better at what they do. On the ground, this is the stuff you see every day. It's on-the-job training, formal programs to map out your career, mentoring from senior colleagues, or even retraining so you can move into a new role. It's basically the company putting its money where its mouth is and saying, hey, we believe in you and we're invested in your growth. And that brings us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? We've got this negative behavior over here, CWB, and this positive investment over there, HRD. So does one just cancel the other out? Is it really that straightforward? Well, as you might have guessed, it's not quite that simple. The connection isn't a straight line from A to B. The research we're digging into today shows that there's a crucial missing piece to the puzzle, a kind of middleman that makes all the difference. The real mystery for researchers was figuring out how it works. Is it a direct path? Does an employee get some training and just decide not to do bad stuff anymore? Or is it an indirect path? Does that training program trigger something else inside them first, which then stops the negative behavior? And there it is. The answer is the indirect path. Researchers discovered that the critical bridge, the missing link that connects a company's investment to an employee's behavior, is employee engagement. Now, when we talk about engagement, it's so much more than just being happy at your job. The research defines it with 3 key ingredients: vigor, which is energy; dedication, which is a sense of real purpose; and absorption, which is that feeling of being completely zoned in on your work. It's when you bring your whole self, your body, your brain, your heart, to your job. Okay, so why? Why is engagement the magic ingredient? Why does it have this incredible power to link development to behavior? Well, to understand that, we have to dig into some really fundamental human psychology. Turns out, this whole dynamic is basically powered by one simple universal instinct that's hardwired into how we build relationships with each other. It's something called social exchange theory. And the core idea is that our social lives are just a series of exchanges. But unlike a simple purchase, where you pay your money and you're done, these social exchanges create this feeling of ongoing obligation. We build relationships on this foundation of give and take. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. When someone, or in this case a company, does something good for you, it creates this deep-seated moral pull to give something back. You feel this instinct to return the favor. It's the powerful principle of reciprocity. So here's how that chain reaction plays out. Step 1, the company invests in you with things like training. Step 2, that investment makes you feel valued, which in turn skyrockets your engagement, that vigor, dedication, and absorption we talked about.
And then comes step 3, reciprocation. You feel compelled to repay the company, not just by working hard, but by actively avoiding the very behaviors that would harm it.
So let's bring it all home. What's the bottom line? What does this all mean for anyone who's trying to lead a team or build a great organization? The verdict is in, and it is crystal clear. If you want to cut down on all that counterproductive behavior, you can't just throw training programs at people and hope for the best. You have to aim for the real target, the thing that actually changes how people act, their engagement. And the data backs this up completely. The research showed a really clear inverse relationship. When that investment in people, in HRD, is high, the level of counterproductive behavior is low. And when the investment is low, that negative behavior spikes. The connection is undeniable. So here are the crucial points to walk away with. First, CWB is a real and damaging threat. Second, human resource development is way more than just a training budget. It's a preventative tool. But here's the most important part. The magic flows through employee engagement. That feeling of being valued is the trigger. So fostering engagement isn't some soft, fluffy nice to have. It is your absolute best defense, because an investment in your people truly is an investment in the health of your entire organization. And that leaves us with one final thing to think about. Whether you're leading the team or you're a member of it, what is one small thing you can do this week to invest in development, either for yourself or for someone else, and start that positive cycle of reciprocity?